Hi, everyone. It is Friday afternoon, November 7th, 2014. And this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 26, which is The Whips and Foes. My name is Doris, and you can find me on social media as One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter, One Fine Design on Etsy and Facebook, and Doris M. Smith on Instagram. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpurl-doris.blogspot.com. Hi, you guys. How you doing? This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl Podcast group, and we have 50 members, and the YouTube subscribers is 115. So thank you guys so much for your continued support and your activity on the group. If you are new to this podcast, thank you so much for coming. If you are a return visitor, you know that my voice is kind of different. I usually record on Thursday, but I was sick and just wanted to be in my pajamas in bed yesterday. So we're doing this today. So, in the group, we have the September-October Shaw knit along that we need to draw for prizes. Well, a prize. The prize is a $6 or less pattern on Ravelry. So we had, it says 11, but we have 11 entries. So I'm going to just draw it right now. Let me get my random number generator. Random number generator. There we go. And I'm going to enter number 2 through number 12. If you can see that. And I'm going to hit the generate. And number 3 is the winner of the pattern of $6 and less. Let me get the number 3 is The Yarn Goes On, Lisa Marie. Let me know, Lisa Marie, this is her entry, a very beautiful lacy shawl. Lisa Marie, let me know what pattern you want and I'll try to figure out how to do it. I've never done it before. I'm sure it'll be fine. Congratulations, Lisa Marie. Now, I started a thread last night. One of the things I did get done for the November-December knit along, which is a Christmas gift knitting, which I think probably most of us are going to be doing Christmas knitting. So I just thought, let's just get prizes for that. So the rules are you must be a member of the group to qualify for prizes. And it's like, it can be a finished objects Christmas gift knitting. So it has to be started on November 15th or after. I just figured it's in the middle. Might as well just that's the middle of the month. Start there. You can have 2 entries per person. And there's no chatter on the contest thread. There is a chatter thread available to share projects and encourage each other. The knit along will end December 15th. I'm sure a lot of us will still be knitting after that, but the prize again is a $6 or less pattern from Ravelry. And the last and most important rule is to think about Christmas knitting as you're knitting. Christmas gifting as you're knitting. So next up is stash enhancement, and I don't have any. No, I didn't buy any stashy stuff. So the story of the week, last week, we had our last camping trip of the season. We went close by and just like set up the camper, second time using it, and first time using it with like all the electric hookup and stuff. And it was very nice, close to home, convenient. We had, the campsite we went to even had Wi-Fi. Which with me is when we travel and go to hotels, the first thing I want to know is, what's the Wi-Fi code? Do we have Wi-Fi? Is it free? And what is the code? Ted, however, was not as happy. He said, I want to go camping and leave the phone at home or whatever, but and it was cold last weekend in our neck of the woods, so we had a campfire, and I used one of my Christmas gifts from last year. Ted got me a hoodie, a pink hoodie footy, which is a footed pajamas that the feet zip out, and it's got a hood. It's pink and fuzzy. And I brought it along because I knew it was going to be cold, and I wore it around the campfire over my clothes, and I was warm and toasty on the first day. So, but most people say, oh, did you get this cold from being out in the cold last weekend? And I say, no, I don't believe that people get colds from being cold. I got this cold because I'm around some school-age kids. That's how I got it. Anyway, that's the story of the week. So this moves us right into finished objects. And I have 3. We're starting with the washcloth I finished. I was here last week, so I finished it. And if you notice, the gauge kind of got off. You can see at the top, it's a little wonky, yeah. Oh well, it's a washcloth for me. And I'm going to be washing my face with it. So hence the pattern is, the designer is Michelle Mattingly, and the pattern is called Wash Your Face Washcloth. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and the colors of this in Cotton Classic, 100% mercerized cotton. This is 3725. This is 3446, and this is 3712. But this is the Ultra Pima cotton. So it's done and out of the bowl. Now the bowl is empty, and I have to figure out what I'm going to put in it next. My Neil Pottery yarn bowl, neilpottery.etsy.com. Links in the show notes. It's my first finished object, and I waited to use it till I showed you all. The second one is the Bulky Waffle Hat, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Linda Suda. And I used my hand spun, which is the Clone Forest Roving from Knit Spin Farms, and I Kool-Aid dyed it with orange Kool-Aid and cherry Kool-Aid. And ooh, this window, the light is not, trying to get it out of there. But this pattern works very well with hand spun, thick and thin. I think it turned out very nice. I made it kind of slouchy because the person I made it for has a lot of hair, and she wants to be able to put all her hair up in it, and I hope that it fits her, but it's wool, so hopefully we can wet it and stretch it out where it'll fit her. But I love it. Like I said, this pattern works very well with hand spun, and I will one of my needle adjacent projects is making me one with my Leading Man Fiber Arts that I showed you last week, the You Betcha. Anyway, that's a finished object. Very, very nice. I'm very happy with the way the dyeing turned out too. And the, the where it was tied. It just looks really nice. It looks like I meant to do that. And lastly, I have my Blueface Luster from Yarn Geek Fibers that I was spinning last week. I got not as much yardage as I had hoped for. I got 154 yards. And to be honest, there's a lot of breaks in it. When I was plying it, it broke too many times. So, and then it was like over plied and really, but after I washed and blacked it, I was happier with it. So the color is, I'm going to have to shut this just a minute. I'm going to shut this window because I don't like the weather. It's a very beautiful sunny day today, but it's interrupting messing up my filming. So, okay. So, and it's still doing it. Move the okay. We're just going to go with it. So, the color is called Toe Shoe. From Yarn Geek Fiber Arts, yarngeekfibers.com. And I got 154 yards. Not my best spin, but I don't blame it on the fiber. I blame it on spinner error, I think. So anyway, I've spun other things of hers that I've really enjoyed, so but that's that. It's a pretty color, and I'm sure I will knit something for myself and hide the knots in the ply. And that is all of my finished objects this week. I never get it back. Anyway. It's all the finished objects. I'm losing my scarf. I'm losing my scarf. Oh well. Okay. We've done that's my finished objects. I did very well finishing. I took the hat with me during the camping trip and knit on it a little bit. So the work's in progress. I have 2, so I've now got 3 empty spaces I need to fill. So this one I've done a little bit of work on. In my Joanne Springs Knit Spin farm bag. I have my flax sweater. I was here last week. Oh Lord, how do I do this? I'm gonna go in. I was here last week. I decided to add on the ribbing a different color. I think it looks nice. It's gonna look nice, and she'll probably, I'll probably buy a little pair of black tights to wear with it. So I've got a little bit of progress on this. So the next thing is just to get the arms going, and that shouldn't take much longer. So I like the pattern. It's just that, okay, so I wanted to start a sleeve, but I just wasn't at a place where I was ready to do that. So that is that. And the other thing that I've worked on this week is, and I cheated a little bit this morning, I worked another Joanne Springs bag. I think this was the first one I bought. I loved it. When I saw it in the cow, I had to have it. This is the inside. We didn't show the other one. This is the inside of the other one. You see it? Very nice bags. Love her bags. I did a couple rows this morning while watching The Dancing Geek. So, and, oh darn, I meant to look this up. I'm sorry. Somebody gave me a hint on what to do to count because I misspoke on the count on my teeth. So someone left me my nose is itching. I got fiber in my nose. This one. Don't start. Sorry, hang on. I'm trying to get this not to play. Don't play. I don't think I can look it up on here. I can't. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the person who told me what to do. Oh, stop playing. Okay, comments. Jerry B told me how I can count the teeth. Yeah, Jerry B, who's a YouTube subscriber, said what you do is you put these little things every 10. So I decided on my hitchhiker that I have every 10 ones I put a blue-green one on. Well, this orange one is from where I was last week. So I made a good amount of progress from last week. And I am at 31 teeth. I was at 28 last week. So thank you, Jerry B, for that hint. I don't know why I didn't think of it, so now I can count readily without having to count. So there we go. Very pretty. A good amount of progress, and I did 2 rows this morning while starting to watch Dancing Geek. I really like him. James, I really like you. I enjoy watching your podcast. But I have to cut it up in little pieces. I couldn't watch it all this morning. So that is all of the finished objects. I didn't touch my design last week. And there's nothing on my wheel. And so that brings us to the Pinterest and Stumble. And that I decided this week, excuse me, let me take a drink. Diet ski. I have to go to Illinois to find this. Yes. I decided this week on Pinterest and Stumble that I would just share with you guys some of my first pins and first likes on Stumble. So we go to Pinterest first. It's kind of funny. Some of my very first pins. I think this was my very first pin. I saw this little lady and I was like, yeah, this is my hero right here. And this was a couple years ago. Like I said, it was my very first pin. And this lady was 90 years old, and she was getting ready to sell some of her collection. Iris Apfel's personal jewelry collection goes on sale next week. Take a look at what she's selling. This was 2 years ago. I want to be a 90-year-old lady like this. Love it. This, I mean, I tried to go into the page to find this, and I couldn't find it. It's 2 years old, but I love that. It's a bucket on a little shelf thing, like you can hang up shelf thing, and a nice painted bucket with magazines in it. Another long gone project that didn't get done. And one of my favorite all-time movies, Ferris Bueller, You're My Hero. So, nothing spectacular. Those are some of my very first pens. Pinterest. Funny. I thought it was funny. So, also, I'm going to share one of my favorite, and they're my family's favorite, one of my favorite wintertime dishes. It's a pizza casserole. Wintertime comfort food. There's beef, there's noodles, there's spaghetti sauce, there's mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni. How can that be? I mean, it's delicious. It's not that good for you, but, you know, it's one of our favorite wintertime. We're coming up on winter, so. Okay, enough of Pinterest. So I'll show you a couple of my first stumble likes. So this might be a little awkward, but we're going to go with it. A striped cowl from Pearl B. I like Pearl B's stuff. This is like one of my very first stumbled likes. Let me try to get the light. Isn't that pretty? Very simple, just garter. And I'm sure that it's one of those sorry, I'm looking the pattern. You do a provincial cast on. I thought that's what it was. That's what I wanted to check on. Just knit it and then you join it in the cast on. That was one of my first ones. Now to get back where I was. That's gonna be the trick. So we're gonna go back here. Likes. Said it was gonna be a little awkward, so food. I have a lot of food in my stumbling, but we're gonna just. This looks delicious, and we're coming up on, you know, some people do. Oh, now you see my beautiful lamp. Oh gosh, this is a mint chocolate chip cookie. Yummy looking, and it's got a recipe. Mint chocolate chip cookie recipe. It's on Flickr, and it gives you a pouch of the Betty Crocker sugar cookie mix, butter, mint extract, 6 to 8 drops of food coloring, an egg, a cup of cream de mint chocolate or baking chips, yummy, and bittersweet, semi-sweet chocolate chunks. Simple, easy Christmas cookie. Me thinks. Okay. And when I saw this, I mean, I've been wanting to knit this hat for a couple of years. Oh Oh, come on. Boho Knits. This is Mountain Night. No. Okay, this is a different one, but I think this is the same lady that does, yep, the sockhead hat. This is the sockhead hat. I have to do this sockhead hat one of these days, but then there's another one at the top. That's a Mountain Nights twerk. Yeah, I think I have a skein of yarn picked out for that. Look at my pretty lamp. Sorry, folks. Yeah, that was one of my first stumbled things. That was before I was like really, really active on Ravelry, so that's kind of cool. And I really want to do this. Oh, see, and it's not even there anymore. It was a t-shirt latch hook rug tutorial. And it's not even there anymore. That's how old it was. Where you take t-shirt material and you can dye it the color you want or leave it, and you cut, and then you latch hook. I can't show you. It's not there anymore. And last but not least, let this be there. A saying to end the program. When someone does or says something that pisses you off, wait 24 hours before you respond. I think that's a good thing. So I don't know how long this episode is, but I think I'm done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. Hit that red button. Subscribe down there. And comment. Give me comments. Tell me if I said something wrong, or if you have any hints on how to keep from, breaking the fiber. If you have any spinning hints, thank you very much. Again, if it's your first time watching, thank you so much. Please come again. Those of you who keep watching, thank you so much. I appreciate everything. I'll see you next week. Bye.